Ha! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. Another excited edition today of the Second Row Podcast. Probably one of my favorite podcast shows because of who we have on today. Because the boy just knows how to spill it because that's how he feels it. Ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to be a professional wrestler, I encourage you wholeheartedly, man, to seek out a incredible wrestling school in the Bumps and Bruises Pro Wrestling Academy, not only at the 469 Carrollton, Texas location, but also at the 501 Sherwood, Arkansas location. We want to give a shout out to our Chaotic Kingdom brothers and girls, man. Y'all keep killing it. You're doing an amazing job. Boys and girls at Sword Championship Wrestling. Man, y'all went out last night and just blow the roof off as always. And I mean, our crowds keep growing. They keep growing. So it's showing, the proof's in the pudding, so to speak, with the Sword Championship Wrestling Group, man. It's just amazing performance last night by you guys. I thought it was all grand all the way around. My boys and girls over at Southern Extreme Wrestling, hey, we want to shout out to y'all too. And just say, hey, man, keep killing it because you're doing it, right? And that's what mainly counts. I want to give my guy at Offshoots TV, Trey Mack, what's up, my brother? Keep doing what you do, man. If you can't get to the Bumps and Bruises Pro Wrestling Academy in the 469 or the 501 area, there's other creditable schools around, man. There's OVW. There's over Jimmy Boogie Valiant over in the Virginias. There's the Dog Pound, dojo over in kind of south and west a little bit there of Dallas, Texas, under Rodney Mack and Jazz. If you look over far left-hand side of your screen there, you're going to see a little print right there. Man standing there, he's got his arms like this, got a crown on his head with a cape. We call that Crazy Mo. Get in touch with Bobby Horn, boys and girls. Send him a message. See if you can get that print on the T-shirt, man. I think that's a big deal for us. Also, up at Belton Mountain Brewery, my boy Daniel Stubblefield, man. Appreciate what you're doing for us, man. You help us supporting us, keeping us rolling. But ultimately, this is powered by Indie Icon Pro Wrestling. And today, we have a true indie icon back in the studio with us, living the dream, cooking the mustard, if you will, and Mr. Dantae Smiley himself. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in the OIWA World's Champion, Mr. Dantae Smiley. What's up, my brother? Welcome in.
What's good, bro? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing great, brother. You sore?
Very, always. That was a long-ass intro, by the way.
Yeah, man. I know. That's badass. I know.
But you got to put everybody on, bro. You doing your due diligence, man.
Yeah, I mean, we got to put everybody on blast. You know how it is.
Yeah, most definitely. Always, always. I get it.
Now, let's take this in motion, okay?
Right.
So last night you defended the champion against one of reality wrestling's major up-and-coming stars, and you did that successfully and moved forward again as you are the champion in Dantae Smiley. Now we're putting some wings on this bird, brother, and we're flying somewhere. Tell us where we're flying to, my man.
Well, so we got, some of the hottest members, not all the members, not all the top people, not all the champions, but, some of the current hot members of the OIWA going to be taking their talents to the UK in a USA versus UK type situations where those of the OIWA will be taking on those of Contract Pro on the 16th, which is that Saturday, and that Sunday on the 17th. Those of the OIWA will be taking on those of BEW, British Empire Wrestling. It's going to be great, man. We got a good crew going over there. We got myself. We got the Diamond Queen, Evelyn Carter. We got the Soul World's Heavyweight Champion, Damian Daystar. Shout out to him for winning his title back last night.
Yes.
We got Future going over there. You know what I mean? We got Preston going over there with his angelic ring-announcing voice. You know what I'm saying? We got Mwabe going over there, and then obviously, Bobby Horns going over there. Miss Denise, the owner of Sword Championship Wrestling. We got Matt Vandegrift. He's been at the New Japan Pro Wrestling Dojo. Man, it's going to be C-Rex, the monster, C-Rex, the beast, C-Rex going over there. Man, we got a crew, dog. them Brits are in dangerous territory. I can tell you that much.
Man, they gonna have their work cut out for them if they want to try to challenge anything from the OIWA, and I mean,
Right.
as far as the OIWA, we got several popping in already on Dantae.
Okay.
The Apex, the champ of champs, Dantae Smiley. Yes, ma'am. He is a champ of champs. Yeah, popping in. She's going, hey, Dantae, what's up? Man,
yeah,
you got this big following, dude.
What's cracking?
And all these people, man, they love what you're doing, bro, because you're bringing the fire, man, as always. And you get to take your OIWA World Championship over the pond, baby. You get to go over the pond and you get to defend them. Now, this is a whole different setup, dude. Your mindset has got to be on point with this one because you don't know what you're walking into when you get over there. You don't know what you're flying into, if you will. Where is Dantae in his mind right now? Now, I know you just did the title defense last night, man. That's out of the way, brother. That's in the past now. You done knocked that down. You got the soreness to prove it. But we're going across the pond. How does Dantae vet himself going across the pond?
Well, first and foremost, wherever I go, there I am. Which it doesn't. If I'm on American soil, if I'm on Canadian soil, if I'm on London soil, Russian soil. It don't matter, man. Wherever I go, there I am, man. And that's what I had to tell some of them UK fans because they shared a promo at one of the shows last night, and I had all these UK fans messaging me on Twitter, posting up stuff on Instagram talking about X-Jack is going to get me this and that, and I'm coming to his house when I come over there. But what they don't understand is if I'm at the show and I'm going to be stepping in the ring, it's my house always. It don't matter where it's at. If I'm in the ring, it is my house at the end of the day. But if he feels like his house, you know what I mean? I'm going to step on his soil. I'm going to come to his house. I'm going to walk in his grass. I'm going to spit in his grass. I'm going to look at the camera on the outside of his house, wave at it, smile at it, and hold my title up and keep it moving as I
always do. You walk up to his house, look at his ring camera, go, I'm here, buddy.
You already know. I'm here.
My God. That's straight up telling it to the face, if you will, on how it's going to happen. Donna wants to know, she said, you and Dantae, we both know you've wrestled a lot of people, man.
Right.
And I mean, a lot of them that you've wrestled have been on your bucket list, dude. Austin Aries. Let's just, knock it down. Let's be on the real for a minute. Right. But she's wanting to know you still got this big career, right? Right. And who is the one person that Dantae is looking forward to, hopefully in the near future, to step in the ring with?
Well, I can tell you somebody that's been on my list. I do have coming up. You know what I mean? I can't announce it quite yet because the match hasn't been announced. But if y'all are paying attention to the OIWA This Is Lit shows, I can tell you we about to put on some fireworks on them shows. I'm about to be in the ring with some other hard hitters as they going to be in the ring with one with as well when it comes to being on the opposite end of me. You know what I mean? And, at the end of the day, anybody that wants to call themselves the best, that's who I want to face, man. Either, people that have been signed, people that haven't been signed, everything goes in between. Because at the end of the day, the best could be some unsigned person, you know what I mean? One of them top tier people that just hasn't got that right opportunity. We see it all the time. And so, if anybody's considered a top guy, if I'm going to the company, I want to face a top guy. When they come here, they should want to face people like myself and like Dean. You know what I mean? I want to face people that are hungry. I want to face the dogs, people that are out there trying to eat. You know what I mean? I don't want no complacency on the other side of me because I ain't complacent. And I don't put on complacent matches. I put on stellar matches. You know what I mean? I put on matches with dogs and people that are hungry and people that really want this and people that have sacrificed time, talent, treasure, their bodies in and out, week in and out. People who don't complain about the business, bro, but understand the business is going to be the business, and you got to do what you got to do and keep it rocking like cut off stocking always, anyway, regardless of the business acting like it does sometimes. You know what I mean? If you believe in you, you got to maintain and really be rooted in that. You know what I mean? Be rooted in the word and stuff, and know that you're gonna make it if you're supposed to be making it. You know what I mean? And not be your worst enemy when stuff gets hard or when stuff gets slow or whatever it may be. You always got to act like you can't. You in a can't lose situation, bro. Like I can't lose. It don't matter. It don't matter. It's just time, bro. That's it.
Man, that and that's the crazy part of pro wrestling sometimes. And even when we get to that point where we got, said bucket list, right?
Right.
And things are popping left and right, and you're working this guy and you're checking them off your bucket list. And again, people, if you listen to what Dante just said, it might possibly come to you who he's talking about. October the 12th, this is lit in Cabot, Arkansas. Man, that card is full. And I'm going to say full in the right way. And I'm also going to say, if you look at that card very hard, you're going to see who Dante was talking about. And as far as that goes, just a minute, there's going to be somebody else on that card. So I want to switch gears just a second. The Bounty Hunter.
Yep.
You faced this man in the ring before.
I have. 25
minutes
in the ring.
Man, that you and that guy blew the roof off, dude, and I have nothing but the respect for that guy. But I want to know from Dante, because he's watched this guy grow through the industry, and he's watched the things that he's done, and now sees the places that this guy's going, because he's tasting what Dante was just talking about, the sacrifice. And that's what this gentleman is tasting right now. Dante, what are your thoughts on the Bounty Hunter, brother?
He's obviously a great talent, bro. The thing with Keith, man, he's somebody that's once again, he's a dog, bro. You know what I mean? He's 10 years, 11 years into it. I think he has a year or two on me as far as how long he's been in the business since his debut and whatnot. And we've seen him go from short hair to the cornrows. You know what I mean? Yeah. We've worked in 5-person shows to the thousands of people at shows. He's been on GCW. He's been on, obviously, he was just on Rampage. You know what I mean? He's done it. He's doing it right now. And that's the thing, man. People like him, people like myself, people like quite a few others that, I look at it. I'm like, damn, bro, how you not signed yet? Damn, shawty, how you not signed yet? It's all about opportunity and just getting an honest opportunity, man. Like, it's one thing to be on TV, which obviously helps and stuff like that, 100%, because of that perception and that look and the flyers and the video that you'll get from it. You know what I mean? But like, the internet will do what the internet does, but not everybody be on just every social media like that sometimes. You know what I mean? Which could be a blessing and a curse. But if some of these athletes, and I'm in that some of these as well, have the chance to get an honest 10 minutes to go, you know what I mean? 10 minutes to fucking go, you know what I mean? I think a lot more people have a lot more money in their pocket. But luckily, people like Keith, people like myself, people like, a few others out there that I can think of, have people in our corner that are going to give us and make sure we maintain those type of matches when we're working for them and whatnot. You know what I mean? If we're not going to necessarily get them on TV, we're going to have the TV matches over here and make the TV come to us one way or another. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what, we're trying to do over here in the OIWA in general with multiple talents. You know what I mean? It's one thing if you knock on the door and they don't let you in, bro, at some point, either you're going to keep begging for food or you're going to figure out how to cook your own. You know what I mean? And make them come to your restaurant and shit. And I think that's the point that, we've kind of been at for a little bit and that we're at. Because we believe and we're going to just keep putting on motherfucking A+ matches. You know what I'm saying? And keep it rocking. Excuse my language, but I'm passionate about this shit, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
Feel it like you feel it, my dog.
Yeah. And, you know me. Once I get going, I'm gonna let it fly, bro. But yeah, at the end of the day, that's what it takes, bro. We got to put on quality matches every time we're in that ring and leave no doubt to the audience, to people in the locker room, where when you go back, they're like, shit, I gotta go after that shit. Like, damn, dog. Like,
how the hell am I supposed to do that?
Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what we work for every time we in the ring, bro. Period. That's on my mama with that one.
Yep. Now we've got another sponsor that's joining up with us now. And it's the guys from Java Sessions. They cover a lot of books and other things like that, motivational parts of the world and stuff like that. Kind of, somewhat sort of what you do on the side also.
Right.
And they want to know what is the hurdle that you need to overcome within yourself to push toward your next milestone.
Like I don't have any hurdles in front of me, bro. You know, it's just remaining steadfast at this point. It's just keep going, bro. The stuff happened, yeah, but I don't really consider it a hurdle. There's nothing out there that I'll allow the opportunity to knock me back. I don't consider hardships something that really like stopped me or knocked me back. It just may take me a little bit more time to go around it, but that's about it. It's going to get ran through, period. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, bro. Like my mental fortitude, not only for life but in business as well, is very, very strong. Because it's been trained to do so. Because it used to not be so. You know what I mean? I used to want to quit at one point in time. There was one point in time where I was letting my personal frustrations with individuals, be it promoters, the other wrestlers, get to me and stop me from wanting to work somewhere. You know what I mean? Then at the end of the day, once again, having somebody like Sir Mo in my corner, we just had a come to Jesus conversation about some stuff. You know what I mean? And he just kind of put me on a little bit more game on how this game works, along with what I was already doing, just to change a minor perspective type thing that I was having years ago. Now, this is years ago. But ever since then, bro, like I just chalk shit up to the game and keep it moving. At the end of the day, ain't no
Man,
like I don't allow anything to have authority over me to even remotely feel like it's something that can stop me or something that can slow me down or whatever it may be. I don't give it that authority, bro. That's what I'm saying, because shit happens and I'm like, all right, it is what it is. Keep it moving. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's what I was just fixing to say, dude. So in other words, if it happens, if it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You just keep moving forward, and that's some great shit right there, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not hearing what this man is saying, you need to listen to what this man is saying, because he's motivation 101 and true to the spirit of what it takes to be a professional athlete. Welcome in, Daniel. Good to see you in today, my boy. He says, champ last night, great title defense. Man, these guys backing you 100%. J. Paul, he's in now. He says, what's good, champ? We already know. Welcome in, my young man. Donna pops back in. She says, I know you're still climbing the ladder and making big strides. You left your foot on the print of professional wrestling with companies and a lot of other wrestlers. But when you think you've made it to where you want to be, do you actually make it to where you want to be? I'm understanding the question she's trying to ask, but it's a statement in itself, because you've made that footprint mark, if you will. You've left your stride for everybody else to try to keep up to. And man, that's hard for other guys, Dantae, for other guys to even come close to even standing beside you. Okay, I don't understand if you understand what I'm saying, but for the guys that are trying their hardest to put in that work to stand there and say, hey, man, I can go with the likes of somebody like a Dantae Smiley, which, brother, I don't know what to tell you. I haven't heard anybody say that yet. You know what I mean? I haven't heard nobody say yet that they could stand up or go with the Dantae Smiley. I've even heard some, and one of them's in the room right now with us, talk about, one of his dream matches was to stand beside somebody like a Dantae Smiley and learn and grow also within that match as he's working that match with you. And I have nothing but the utmost respect for somebody like that wants to actually challenge their coach, if you will, on that level, man, because that's a hard pill to swallow, because you're either going to do one or two things. You're going to choke or you're going to swallow. One or two.
Single slam, baby.
Well, I'm just saying, you're either going to choke or you're going to swallow. And it's hard to get to that point, man.
Right.
Makes it somebody like a Dantae Smiley, because I can look at a lot of guys and go, hey, man, I'm going to be honest with you. If he wanted to, he could blow you up in about a minute and a half. I mean,
that'll be no good for me.
I mean, that might not be good for you, brother, but by God, that's the facts.
And
You
I mean, it ain't like it hasn't
know,
happened. It's all good.
you know, I
Whatever,
mean, I'm
man.
just saying.
You got, you got the great, the ugly, the good, and the bad all come together, bro. It's wrestling.
That's right. That's right. You know, and Daniel also makes a good point of you not being able to control the uncontrollable. But
Yep.
Donna steps in. And I asked you this last time you was on there, young man, about
Right.
where you seen yourself in 5 years, and I told you we'd come back someday, and I would ask that question again about Dantae. Where did he see himself in 5 years, Dantae? I'm not going to ask you about 5 years. I'm going to ask yourself about two. I know where I see you in 2 years, but where
Right.
does Dantae Smiley see himself in 2 years?
As far as company wise, you never know, man. Will I have a contract within the next 2 years? I could say yes. I mean, I could have one within the next 1 year. You know what I mean? The thing is, match to match, all it takes is the correct pair of eyes to see you, and it's a wrap after that. You know what I
Yep.
mean? The tool, everything's there. We just got, bro. We striving for opportunity, bro. Striving for the right eyes, that thing that's out there that's just kind of missing within the equation right now is what we're hunting for. But I'll be living off of this within the next 2 years, next five, even more so. You know what I mean? But definitely
Yeah.
within the next 2 years, I'll be living off of this.
Man, ladies
Already,
and gentlemen, you're here with us.
already almost am. If I wanted to just work every single Friday and Saturday, I would be living off of this. But I like working Saturdays. I got a family and stuff, and we keep it
I
moving.
feel that.
You get
I
on the
feel that.
travel because at the end of the day, traveling is what's important. Not working in the same state that you came up in, and that's where a lot of stuff I think get misconstrued amongst wrestlers and lists and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? I'm from Texas, but I'm not the Texas wrestler. Like I'm not trying to work everywhere in Texas. You know what I mean? That doesn't do me any good. I need to get out. If I want to be on a national company, I need national exposure. And so I try to work nationally, not statewide. This ain't the territorial days like that. You know what I mean? You have to get out. You have to get on TV. You have to have big matches. You have to pop somebody in the audience that has the right following on a certain show where they put a reel out, a video out, a picture out that goes viral and stuff. You know what I mean? Like we need the people talking. If people talk more that came to the shows, it would benefit us quite a bit. You know what I mean? Especially those that they like genuinely support. When you walk out and 100 to 600 to 1,000 people or whatever, as said in this show, are cheering your name or greatly booing you on the opposite end of that if you're a heel. You know what I mean? But we need the people for that. You know what I'm saying? For that social media aspect. And they're starting to do it a lot more. You know what I mean? But it just takes working for the right company and the right crowd, and just that you got to be in the right place, at the right time for the right things to happen. Sometimes with that, you know what I mean. But we're controlling a lot of what we can control, and really putting pressure on the game. You know what I mean? At they necks, as we say from North Dallas, we at they necks with it. Because that's what it takes, bro. Like I'm gonna keep bringing that heat every time I'm in the ring, because that's what I'm supposed to do, regardless. 500, 5,000, 50,000, it don't matter. You gonna get an A+ match out of me. You're gonna get my all out of me if I'm out there giving it. You know what I mean? Even when I may not be 100% when I'm in the ring, you're gonna get 100% always. You'll never know that I'm bothered because I don't flinch, bro. To anything. I keep it moving always.
You do keep it 100. That's for damn sure. And I've never expected anything less from you.
What's
I
good?
do. I do want to touch something you just said. Traveling outside of Texas. So, and you know this because me and you had this talk on Messenger the other day that you thought I might have missed the point of what the conversation was about. I won't go into the conversation because you know it. Other people really it doesn't need to go there with
No.
that. My thing was instead of just looking at the other side of Texas, to look at the east side of Texas because those guys were going and they were doing and they were traveling on a constant basis. And it's not just even though the OIWA has several sister companies and they travel to those sister companies a lot. I think that the eyes need to be switched just from that other side of Texas over to the east side of Texas to look at some of the boys and girls over there that are actually putting the mustard on the bread and killing it. In my opinion, as far as that goes, I don't think I missed the point of what the question was. I think that they probably misunderstood how I was answering the question for them because they asked the question, most guys don't travel a lot, they stay complacent. And I said, hey, instead of just looking in one place, let's look at the whole state of Texas as a whole. How much of the state actually travels? And I think that might have butt hurt some people because I just wasn't on board with just all of their guys. And there's a bigger picture for me with the OIWA and other parts of Texas that ultimately house a lot of talent. And the biggest part being the OIWA, there's so much talent I see coming out. Don't get me wrong, Easy James, man, great talent, dude, great talent. The Bounty Hunter, great talent. There's so much great talent, you know, Barrett Brown. There's so much great talent over in
Right.
Texas that you just don't need to look at one section of Texas. Let's look at the whole picture of Texas and see what's really going on because there's more talent out there. That's what I was trying to get through, and I think that they might have got a little butt hurt over my answer. I mean, I'm okay with it ultimately, but I wanted you to know that I don't think I missed the concept of the question. I think they missed the concept of the answer.
Yeah, yeah.
And you came to me automatically, man, straight over in the messenger. You was like blah 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 blah. And brother, I totally got what you were saying. But they asked a question and I gave an answer, and I think that and another person that I talked to too that seen the feed was like they just don't understand sometimes. And I agree with that person when they say they just don't understand sometimes. And I just wanted to because I didn't get a chance to talk with you last night about it. And ultimately, right now, I am talking to you. So if I missed something, brother, please correct me.
Yeah,
Go
no,
ahead.
you good.
You know what I mean?
I'm good shit.
I know, but if I missed something, I just want to be corrected on it because
well,
from
I
where I
know.
stood, I thought and felt, ultimately that I should be placed where they are needed, not necessarily on one little group or one little
I'm
clique.
understand.
I think they need to be placed in the whole aspect of what Texas wrestling is because most folks don't understand the concept of what actual Texas strong style is. And most ultimately, all the guys that have come out of Texas, can go strong style, every damn one of them. And as far as seeing the eyes that need to see them, they don't see those. But
Right.
if you stay complacent, you're not going to see those. But if you go out and you travel and do this, that, and another, because I didn't even bring up the subject of going across the pond whenever the word travel came up. I never did even bring that up because everybody wanted to say blah 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 blah. So I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna let y'all keep that and hold on to it because y'all are missing the point that I was trying to put across, which is fine. I mean, not everybody is going to understand what you got to say sometimes. I mean, you've been there, I've been there, other people have been there. Sometimes, some sayings get misconstrued. But we don't never touch the small stuff in the part of the misconstruedness. We always try to touch on whatever other level, it is that we think that we know. But as far as that's I wanted to get back with you on that. I should have probably done that in Messenger instead of right here, but I had you face to face for a minute compared to not having you much at all last night because
Right.
you was everywhere, kid, and you were making it happen last night, man. And that's a great thing. So I just wanted you to know that. But let's move on forward now. Let's get back to what's at hand, and that's Dantae Smiley. When we go across the pond coming up in August, dude, do you know very much about your opponent that you're going to be taking on over there?
Yeah, I'll be taking on X Jack and one show and a guy named Hugo Bloom. Hugo X-Jack, I'm doing my research on right now. He's a talented young kid. Um, one of the top faces over there in that area of his country. You know what I mean? He gets around up there. He's a former champion for the company as well for Contract Pro Wrestling (CPW). He's their former heavyweight champion. And one of their members called in a favor for me to be his third opponent to be able to try to get a rematch back for his title. You know what I mean? And to up the stakes, right? Because I want people wrestling at their high. So to up the stakes, I was like, not only will I come out there and do that job and be that guy for him to face as his third opponent to try to get his rematch, but I'll put my title on the line as well. You know what I mean? I'm here to be a fighting champion. I don't want to have not one single match where that title's not going to be on the line. I want the stakes to be high because when the stakes are high, the money's even higher, and that's what it's about to me. You know what I mean? And then Hugo Bloom is a power lifter. You know what I mean? I get through X-Jack, I'll retain there. You know what I mean? Like I know I'm going to do regardless if I'm at his house or not. Then I'm going to go over there to Hugo Bloom. And I'm going to do the same over there. Hugo's a big power lifter, kind of like Jay Alexander. He got that body on him. Dude throws a very, very heavy weight around, got a very, very thick stature. You know what I mean? But the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Or more so just, whoever's in front of Dantae in the ring is the one who falls. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I love this kid's mentality, man, where it comes to himself in the world of professional wrestling. As he just said, who is ever in front of Dantae is the one falling. So, you know, that is so great, man, because that's a persona certified attitude of success, if you will.
Bro, who in their right mind should ever go into anything think that they're remotely going to lose? Not me. Not me.
Right.
I think whenever. I'm super optimistic about life. I'm winning everything that I do. You feel me?
Right. I do feel that, brother. You know, and that's crazy. You know that kind of man. We got questions popping in and out. Right, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So let's say John Paul, man, he's only produces A+ matches. He's talking about Dantae Smiley, who only produces A+ matches. These kids, dude, that would stand there and back you to this and are saying such great things about you, man.
That's crazy, yeah.
Here's my thing. They see you, they watch you, they hear you.
Right.
Correct? And what I say about these podcasts, they're kind of like promos. You fuck up, everybody hears you, man.
Right.
You know, these kids are seeing you, they're watching you, they're standing beside you, they're seeing what Dantae are doing, man, and they have nothing but respect for this guy, Dantae Smiley, awesome. The OIWA champion. You know, and they're talking mad about you, brother, that you only produce A+ matches. Let's put that in perspective right now. If Dantae Smiley was to step in the ring today, Dantae Smiley, yesterday, Ric Flair. Now that's big shoes. That'd be big shoes to fill, right? But Dantae Smiley in the ring with Ric Flair. Let's say something like that. Do you know what kind of A+ match that would be?
100%. The quality matches he was putting on back then, I'm putting on now better, and I'm more athletic.
Boom! There you go. That's my point.
With more athleticism over here.
Right. What inspires you the most, champ?
Oh man, I think the thing that inspires me the most is the idea of the lives I could change through me just chasing my dream. You know what I mean? Because of what I've come to realize as I chase my dream and work towards this certain level of excellence in business, wrestling, fitness, when I'm writing books, when I'm speaking, motivation, to also, you know, the excellence in my personal life, it all correlates, you know what I mean? By due proximity, trying to be great, everybody else through contagious proximity wants to be great because they're around me and they're seeing these posts and hearing me talk to individuals, you know what I mean? So what inspires me the most is obviously just that, man, the opportunity and the knowing how many lives I could change by me just doing what I do right now and chasing my dreams and being excellent. You know what I mean? Well, one person at a time that sees something from me. And I think that's the most beautiful thing about the opportunity that I have in hand, with the kind of reach that I'm getting, and even more so that I would get once I'm really at a high level, consistent on, Mondays and Fridays, or on you get where I'm going with it, you know what I'm saying? Whatever days of the week, national TV, you know what I'm saying? And that reaches that much further, and I'm doing what I'm doing, even more lives get changed at a greater scale at that point. So that's why I work to be great, because I know what's out there. I know what's at the end of this. I didn't already seen it. It's just time that separates me from it.
There you go. And so I'm going to bounce back up the list just a minute because I kind of missed this question a while ago. Welcome in, Mike. Mike, I'm fixing to put Dantae on the spot for you, my friend. So Dantae, he's asking, he says, excuse me just a second. He said, other than yourself, who you think is the best wrestler in the world? Now, this is a two-part question. Then he says, well, what is it going to take to see him versus you?
Okay. Who do I think is one of the best wrestlers in the world?
Besides yourself?
Well, no, like I know he said outside of me, but I'm gonna say a signed one and an unsigned one, right? Like
Right.
Signed right now, I think one of the genuine best professional wrestlers in the game is these two people. Is either Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins. You know what I mean? Even more so Seth Rollins. I think Seth is arguably one of the best wrestlers in the WWE overall, as far as every single thing about it. He fights a good fight body wise, tries to maintain health. He's always working, bro. He's been a champion multiple times. You know what I mean? You see him at the functions that they need to be at community wise as well, which I think is an important thing for a world champion to do, is give his time and that nature and be the actual face of the company as he has. But I've always thought Seth is one of the best to do this stuff right now. You know what I mean? Obviously on the AEW side, yeah, you obviously got, people like Bryan Danielson, Kenny Omega, and a few other people that I would look at in that realm of people that I would love to be in the ring with one day to put on a fucking just absolute banger. Unsound wise, obviously he said outside of myself, there's people like Brian Keith, you know what I mean, who obviously has that it factor, you know what I mean, with his wrestling style, with his persona, the bounty hunter, you know what I'm saying? I think that's a beautiful thing. So I think he's one of the best unsigned talents, just straight up, outside of myself, you know what I mean? And I've been blessed to be in the ring with him, and he's doing great things. I sent him a message and told him that, I prayed before, the show aired, that night would be a night that is that night for him that completely changes his life. You know what I mean? So I made sure I sent him that message because I really did. Because he deserves it, man. There's a lot of people out there that do deserve it, that I do think, has a skill. Once again, it's just all opportunity based, bro. There's quite a few people. There's, a good handful of people that are right there that I could look at and be like, dog, if I had it, if you had it, if he had it, if she had it, it's a wrap. You know what I mean? That one just honest opportunity and stuff. So, man, that's a laundry list, bro. There's a lot of great wrestlers out there, though. You know what I mean? What would it take to be in the ring with it? Money and opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Which I could put some pressure on the opportunity part, but I can't give myself the opportunity. I could just put myself in position and then reach out to ask for opportunity. You know what I mean? Or they see me and give me the opportunity one way. You know what I mean? Both are going to end up being given, but there's two ways to be able to be in front of them. So
most definitely. Which like Daniel says, a prime example. One of the top guys looks and sounds like in the world to eat or be eating. And,
right.
And they're talking again. These are the guys that are standing beside you,
right.
at the Bumps and Bruises schools, man. That these kids are really looking up to you, and they're telling the rest of the world, just like me and you are telling the rest of the world, what that prime example looks like. And when we say prime, we mean Apex Prime Dantae Smiley. Okay, people, y'all need to get on board. If the guy's got a book coming out, everybody needs to buy a copy of it and get him to sign it because it's going to be stationary worldwide. That's going to be worth something. Miss Leah, welcome in today. She says, thank you, Dantae, for being such an exceptional inspiration and role model for all the kids and all the classic example of putting the work in pays off, man. And
Yeah.
you know, everybody sees this side of you, dude, and we don't get to talk very much about this sometimes, Dantae, because me and you are usually, you know, kind of like yesterday at the show. You know, you were one way, I was the other. You was doing some things, I was doing one big thing for us here at the Second Row Podcast because we're trying to help get this off the ground, man, and we're rolling in so many different directions,
Right.
and just to, you know, from one brother to another, man. Just to let you know, Joe is very proud of where Dantae Smiley is standing right now in the world of professional wrestling. Anybody that's had their hands uh, on you, around you, stood beside you on the same ring that you stepped in, man, should be honored and privileged to have you a part of this world of professional wrestling because you are a prime example of what a pro wrestler looks, sounds, and acts like both in and out of the ring. And you know, I can't say nothing but good things about Dantae Smiley because, to put it bluntly, sometimes you see people choke. Remember what ago we were talking about choking and swallowing, right?
Right.
Sometimes you see people choke. Dante, I ain't seen you choke yet, kid.
You never will.
I haven't seen you choke yet, brother.
You never
I mean,
will.
I'm serious. I have not seen
All
it,
right,
brother.
I'm being serious too. You never will.
I
You
just,
being dead
I
ass
just,
serious. You won't.
you know, how important was it to you to have the support of your wife and family, brother? For your,
It's everything. I wouldn't be able to do this without them, dog. Like I gotta, you know, especially having kids and stuff, bro. Like if I gotta be gone
yeah,
5 days, like she has to hold it down. You know what I mean? She has to hold the fort down, the stress levels up a little bit more because her job as a mother is up a little bit more to keep the house from not falling apart with the two kids and stuff. You know what I
right,
mean?
right,
And it's motivation to fucking get it, bro. Like, you know, well, both of my daughters absolutely love wrestling. You know what I mean? The oldest one and the youngest one. There's a 5 age gap between them. The oldest one wants to wrestle. The youngest one, wears my wrestling shirt all the time. If she could wear it every single day to daycare, she would. You know what I mean? She absolutely loves everything about it. She was so excited yesterday that I had a show in town and that they were going to it. You know, both of them were. So it means a lot, you know what I mean? Because once again, like I was saying, with what inspires me, with in the vicariousness of me chasing my dream, everybody else, it shows everybody else that they have permission to chase theirs and that they could do this thing. You know what I mean? It's no different than how that works for them. They're in that. You know what I mean? They see
right.
me chasing my dream. They see me owning a business and all that and whatnot, and that shows them that they could do that. You know. So I need their support to be able to do what I do. It helps keep me going and motivates me. They're the why behind what I do. You know what I'm saying? So it's absolutely everything.
Man, and that's good stuff, and it just showed like this guy Mike that's in here hanging out with us today, man, because Dante Smiley, the Apex, is sitting here, you know, with us and having this chat today. He says I've been a fan of Dante since day one, and even have a lot of his merch on my wall. Thank you for everything you do for the world of professional wrestling, and keep changing the game, kid.
Most
Man,
definitely. Appreciate you, Ropers.
man, that strong words coming from, you know, Mike, about Dante, you know. So it's not just us, you know, as far as pro wrestlers that are working beside you, brother, that see this is, you know, everybody's seeing it, man. So Dante is making that strive. Now he's going to make that wave a tsunami, if you will, as he goes across the pond. Look at that. Look at that face. Look at that face on Dante.
It's
When I said
up.
tsunami, he knew what was coming, man. He knew he's fixing to flood the gate. You know. So Dante, I want you I want you to give them your best Dante Smiley because I've seen this, man, and this is a miracle to watch. Okay, this is a miracle to watch because a lot of folks are not given this. Okay, they don't get to see this. Let's say they didn't buy a ticket to the show. It wasn't on pay per view. Somebody missed it on social media and wasn't able to film it. You know, let's just say that. So Dante Smiley grabs the mic and cuts a promo across the pond, and he's sending a tsunami of a wave over there before he even gets to that pond. Dantae, give us a cut.
Man, it's as simple as this. You know what I mean? When primetime shows up to the building, it is primetime's house. You got to climb the mountain because at the top of the mountain is the apex, and I am him, and he is me. I am the OIWA International Heavyweight Champion, the reigning. I carry 2 belts because I want to. No, they're not 2 different belts.
Boom.
They are the same belt, but I look prettier with both of them. The black and white contrast just look good on the Greek gods. Black skin, you know what I mean? And I'll be over there to take on X-Jack. I'll be over there to take on Hugo Bloom. But matter of fact, I'll be over there for them to take on me because I'm the champion at the end of the day. I'm not there for them. They're there for me. I'm the champion, you know. Once again, because even though I'm over there in their house, when I knock on that door and open that up, you know what I mean? I'm going to wrap them up, set them down in the chair, and show them why I run the place. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm talking about.
Great robbing them of them victories that they think they're going to have in their house, and it's a wrap, baby.
Yeah. See, this is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all don't get to see Dantae when he's flowing, if you will, like this. Y'all don't get to see this part of him, and we do. Even when we're doing the training stuff, Dantae is still this person. He still preaches and teaches and brings it to everybody's mind, just like what he just told you. And if you never had the opportunity to see this man in person, in any form, I encourage you, if he's in your town, man, to go check him out, because you're not going to be disappointed in any form that he steps into. This man not only does professional wrestling, he also teaches professional wrestling. He owns one of those fit companies, man, and I actually want Dantae to give me a plug right now on his CrossFit.
Oh yeah, we got Build Different Fitness is what it is. Give more, do more, be more is the motto for Build Different Fitness, because that's how you become your most excellent self. The more you give, the more you do, the bigger you are for yourself and other people. They can reach me out on any other social medias. You know what I mean? I'm on there as far as that goes. Facebook, I got my business page as well. Working on currently a new website for the business. I had one, but I'm switching servers because I had my website outsourced at one point in time where I had other people running it and whatnot, but they're not running anymore. So I'm looking for somebody else to get on that for me and create that. So that's one less thing that I actually have to do because my plate's already full anyway half the time. So that's what it is. Build Different Fitness. Holla at me. Y'all know what it is as far as that goes. Y'all didn't see me in the ring standing there hair under 6'1", 195 pounds, 5.56% body fat, baby. I look like a black Greek god when I am in that ring, and that's exactly what I am. You see it?
I love that.
See it?
I love that. I do
like me, Joey. How many people
Nobody.
Like me, Joey? How many people talk like me, Joey? How many? All of it.
I'm not. No, that's not 10 people, Dantae. I'm just saying nobody.
My bad.
Hey, no. This is the Dantae I wanted on. This is the Dantae I wanted on our first podcast, baby.
I'm gonna bring the new Dantae in. My bad.
No. This is the guy I want right there. My God, I'm telling you right now. That's the man. In my opinion, that's the man. Dantae. So Donna asked the question, and this is a very important question, because eventually down the road, you are going to move on.
Correct.
And that's just the reality of professional wrestling, especially for the ones that are getting the rub, so to speak.
Right.
Okay?
Right. I'm with you.
Especially for those.
Right.
All right. So when you move on, who do you see as the SOAR or the OIWA heavyweight champion? Who do you see carrying that tradition on into the next, I don't know, let's say decade, man?
In the next decade, man. I don't even think it'll take that long for this guy, but Daniel Alexandro, I think, is somebody that I could see holding it moved on. You know what I mean? Damien Daystar is somebody that could possibly, he's got to figure out his it factor, as we say in this business. Once he figures out what his personal it factor is and really has that thing click that needs to click with him, it's a wrap, because he got the skill, you know what I mean? But there's something there that he has to find. We've all seen it, we all know, but it hasn't been enough for him to really find it in himself yet. The moment he does, and he basks in that confidence level, you know what I mean? That belief level in himself once he does find it, and knows that every time he steps out to the ring, it's fucking gonna be a banger or whatever it may be. You know, then I think he's somebody that can hard. I say somebody like him, somebody like Alexandro, so maybe one of them self-made men, you know, the new OIWA International Tag Team Champions. You know, both of them guys could possibly do it one day. You know, you never know, man. The door is open. You know, once I'm out of it. You know, once I move out the house, the door is open.
but it's once you move out the house. Until you move out the house.
While I'm still living here, they pay me. I do what I do, baby.
You got your own room, right?
I sit on the top floor, bro. The top floor. I'm the apex. I sit on the top floor, baby. That's where my bed is at.
Right. Well, you know, if I'm going to get asked that question, I'm going to agree with you. I want to also add in AJ.
Okay, yeah.
I want to add AJ in.
100%.
As short of career as that kid has had in this business, man, I've seen nothing but leaps and bounds out of him.
He has it. He's starting to find his it factor too, and it's beautiful to watch.
It is, man. It's been a pretty thing, that is for sure.
Yeah, because I've known AJ since he was young with long, goofy looking hair at one point in time. You know what I mean? That's my dog. Like a star dog, you know what I'm saying? He looking like a whole star. That boy been in the weight room. He been dropping weight. He leaning out. He try to get his his young adult on as he transitions into being a young man, and he doing it, bro. He's showing off in the matches. He got to take care of everything else now. The matches are coming a lot easier. You know what I mean? It's clockwork. That's what we call clockwork. You know what I'm saying? It's started with clockwork to him. It's all the other stuff, the promos, the body. You know, the belief in the self, you know what I mean? That's that stuff for him, you know what I'm saying? Once all that stuff is at the level of the way he's performing in the wrestling ring, because that's there already, you know what I mean? Once all that stuff catches up to that, it's a wrap for youngster. You did 100%. He's got the world in his hand, no pun intended. Rest in peace to Bray Wyatt, you know what I'm saying? But he generally has the whole world in his hand because he got so much time to be able to do this. You know, I gotta keep full on pressure, you know what I mean? Because I came in and ended this game a lot later than somebody like he did, you know, starting at 25, 26 years old like I did. He started at like 12, 13, you know, where he started working under Bobby a little bit. And now what is AJ, 17, 18, somewhere around about to go be 18, turn 17 this year? Yeah, bro, he's like, it's there, bro. He's going to be all right, bro. He's going to be all right, 100%.
I think that down the road, AJ is going to be a game changer. Yeah, that's my vision. I see of him,
bro. Less words, he's all right. Daniel Alexandro coming off his injury, he's all right. DQ, she gonna be all right. Daystar, they gonna be all right. You know what I mean? Like that's everybody's good.
Ultimately, Dantae, I want to go right back to where I started this show, and everybody that Dantae just spoke of. You know, the Prices, the Diamond Queens, the AJs. It doesn't matter, you know, the Damian Daystars. Ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, they went right through here. They went right through this. This is called the Bumps and Bruises Pro Wrestling Academy. This is one of their t-shirts. If you want to be a professional wrestler, I encourage you to seek out a creditable school. Seek out creditable trainers.
Yeah.
Just not anybody can train you to be a professional wrestler. Do not, and I repeat that, regardless of how cheap it is, go seek out somebody that's sitting in their backyard waiting to take $200 or $300 from you and lead you to believe that you're a pro wrestler when you're not, or not ever going to be. And for that fact, I just want to be straight up and honest with you for a second. So if you want to be a professional wrestler, please seek out a creditable school. Ladies and gentlemen, you can seek out that creditable school in the Bumps and Bruises Pro Wrestling Academy at the 469 in Carrollton, Texas. And actually, this guy that's sitting right here to my left, Mr. Dantae Smiley, is one of the coaches at that school. He's one of the trainers, one of the mentors of that school, and he's going to get you right. Okay, I'm just going to be blunt about the whole damn thing. He's going to get you right. And if you can't make it to Carrollton, Texas to be with that guy, you can also check out the Bumps and Bruises Pro Wrestling Academy at the 501 in Sherwood, Arkansas under Jason Monamato. You can also go there and learn these same values, skills, mindsets as well because it's all trained under the same process and format of pro wrestling, what I call old school.
Yes,
And
indeed.
that's how we roll. That's just how we roll. Dantae, man, before we ease out today, brother, and you've been talking about it all day, it's Dantae Smiley. Anybody that steps in a ring with you has to face a Dantae Smiley. Every place you go, it does not matter. They're coming to see you. Now you're fixing to go across the pond. These guys over here, I do not think, in my opinion, have a clue of what's coming. That's the reason why I said a while ago, man, this tsunami of a wave that's fixing to crash over there on the shore of the UK. I don't think they understand the velocity that it's fixing to come with and the hit that it's going to lay down to them. When Dantae Smiley puts the tires off the jet on the ground in the UK, Dantae Smiley walks off the plane. Take it from there, champ.
Man, let me tell you how this is gonna work, bro. I'm gonna fly out that Thursday night. We're gonna get there that Thursday morning. We're gonna go hit the town a little bit because that's what champs do. You know what I mean? When we get there, we're going in there for the action, obviously. You know what I mean? But we gotta have a little bit of fun on the travels. So we're gonna walk around. We're gonna make our presence known. You know what I mean? Because there's no other OIWA champions that are going to be over there except the OIWA champions that are going to be over there. We're going to travel up north a little bit. We're going to get some great sleep. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to eat my normal breakfast, which is oatmeal with strawberries in it. Per usual, 6, 7 years strong. That's what champions do. Then I'm going to show up to the Contract Pro Wrestling venue. I'm going to beat X Jack in his hometown. I'm going to wipe my feet on his rug with the mud on my feet from stomping him out in the grass, and I'm going to leave. And I'm going to get great sleep that night as well. You know what I mean? Then that next morning, we're going to go back south into a little bit southeast of London and take our talents to BEW. Once I show up to BEW, I'm going to walk in there. I'm going to set my back down. I'm going to kick my feet up and wherever the most comfortable leather seat is. And I'm going to rest up until that match because this is what champs do. And wrestling is wrestling and it's clockwork always. You know what I mean?
Woo.
And then when Hugo Bloom steps into that ring with me, it's going to be fireworks. The fans are going to be going crazy. They're going to be loving Hugo. They're going to want to hate me, but they're not going to be able to because I am just that damn good. And being that damn good, very, very hard work. Let me tell you, you know what I mean? It's hard work being this damn good. You know, it's not meant for everybody. That's why it's not for everybody. That's why it is for me because I'm ready for it. You know what I mean? Let me finish real quick. Then we're going to go out that night and we're going to get us some drinks. We're going to celebrate over in London. Job well done for the OIWA. Once again, it's clockwork what we do when we step into that.
The fire's hot, baby.
We're going to get hot. And then we're going to come back home and I'm going to kick my feet up, relax, and get ready for the next one. How about that?
I'm sweating a little bit. The fire's hot, man. Y'all, hold up. I'm getting my warm on, y'all. Hang on. This fire's hot right here. I'm telling you. This fire's hot, baby. Yeah, Miss Leah, I agree with you 100%. Look forward to going over there and watching those matches. Preston, you should be very proud of him. He's doing an amazing job. He is. He's doing an amazing job, and I look big things out of that kid someday, man. It's gonna happen. Right?
It's gonna be good, bro. I'm here for it all, bro.
That's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting close to that end mark for the day. First and foremost, man, we want to thank Boston Mountain Brewer for coming in, man, and being a sponsor for the Second Row Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like different types of beers and different flavors and Wagyu's, caramels, apples, things like that, man, and your little drink, holler at my boy Daniel Stubblefield of Fayetteville, Arkansas, man. He's got your hookup. For the OIWA, this is part of the podcast where we get to actually thank Bobby Horn and Denise Jones for ultimately letting us come in every time we get to do this. That is right, brother. Every time we get to do this, we want to thank them. We love them. You know, to bits and pieces, man, and there's nothing that's ever going to change that. To our guys and gals at CKW, man, y'all just keep digging and killing it like you do.
Yeah,
It's going to happen. Sword Championship Wrestling, y'all just keep dealing it, keep killing it, keep killing it, and keep killing it. And my boys and girls over at Southern Extreme Wrestling, y'all keep doing the same thing. To my boy up there, Trey Mack at Offshoots TV, man, thank you for plugging us, brother. We don't mind plugging you. You're a boy, man. Keep doing what you do up there, and we'll keep doing this and trying to make each other grow as well. And ladies and gentlemen, ultimately, I'm gonna let Dantae take us out of here today because this has been about him, this travel, his things, his thoughts, his mindset. This man is fixing to go across the pond. He's going to take a tsunami of a wave and talent with him over there, and they're going to crash into the UK, and they're going to go over there and they're going to make a scene, American style. And I'm looking forward to the end result of that. Dantae, tell him what we're doing, son.
Hey man, we out there join. I appreciate the support always. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all buy the t-shirts. Us wrestlers sell a lot of t-shirts. We sell a lot of merch. That's a way you can support us in all those aspects. You know what I mean? If you watch this whole thing and still don't know who I am, Google me. If you watch this whole thing because you know who I am, Google me and find out more. You know what I mean? I don't need to sit here and explain myself to everybody no more. You should have been watching. Now you can go back and find a whole bunch of information online about me. We in that thing. I'm here. It's up. We on the way, and we ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? This world is mine.
See, that's why I love this kid, y'all. You never know what you're going to get with him. Or you're going to get a laugh, you're going to get a smile, or you're going to get Dantae Smiley. Look at the turnaround. There's the face right there. Boom. Look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great day. Dantae, thank you for coming back on, brother. I'm going to get you back on here after you trip over the seas, after you crash and take out all this shit over yonder, man. You're going to come back over here still carrying the title and being the OIWA International Champion. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a blast today for Dantae Smiley, the Apex Predator himself, and Joey Lynn from the Second Row Podcast, our little tech guy that sits back off in the corner there, Timbo. Hey, yeah, we haven't forgot about you either, brother. And y'all have a great afternoon. Dantae, stay on for me for a second. Ladies and gentlemen, Second Row Podcast. Peace out.